November 9th, 1989. It's a date etched into history, a night when one wall came crashing down, taking with it decades of division, isolation, and oppression. But what exactly led to that extraordinary evening that changed the world? To understand the fall of the Berlin Wall, you have to first understand what it was. A stark gray barrier of concrete and wire snaking through the heart of Berlin, splitting the city into two. Built in 1961 by East German authorities, it was meant to stem the tide of people fleeing from the communist regime of East Germany into the capitalist West. But it wasn't just a wall, it was a symbol, a grim monument to the Cold War divide that separated not just a city, but the world. By the late 1980s, cracks, both literal and metaphorical, started to emerge. The Soviet Union, led by Mikhail Gorbachev, was shifting its approach. Policies like glasnost and perestroika were loosening the iron grip of communist control across Eastern Europe. Protests for democracy were sweeping through East Germany, Poland, Czechoslovakia, and beyond. A tide of change was coming, and it was unstoppable. The evening of November 9th itself was almost an accident of history. Earlier that day, a spokesman for the East German government, Günter Schabowski, held a press conference. Reading from a muddled briefing, he announced that restrictions on travel to the West would be lifted, effective immediately. But when pressed by reporters for details, Schabowski seemed uncertain, fumbling his words. No one realized it at the time, but he had just lit the match. Word spread quickly, and by nightfall, East Berliners started gathering at the checkpoints along the Berlin Wall. Initial confusion turned into chaos. The border guards, unsure of what to do and lacking clear orders, faced growing crowds chanting, "Open the gates!" Against the mounting pressure, the guards finally relented. At 10:45 p.m., the gates were thrown open. And then, chaos gave way to euphoria. Thousands poured into the streets, climbing atop the wall, hammering away at the concrete, reuniting with friends and family they hadn't seen in nearly 3 decades. Some broke into impromptu dance, while others passed bottles of champagne over the crumbling barrier, their cheers ringing into the cold November night. The fall of the Berlin Wall was more than just a moment of celebration. It marked the beginning of the end for the Cold War. Within 2 years, Germany was reunited. Within another few years, the Soviet Union itself dissolved. Today, pieces of the Berlin Wall sit in museums and parks across the globe, serving as a monument to resilience, a warning against division, and a testament to the power of ordinary people coming together to demand change. November 9th, 1989, wasn't just the day the Berlin Wall fell. It was the day that hope prevailed.